Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Baxter, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Baxter's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we are working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Baxter's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. Baxter is seated nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash, and Fred and Baxter take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Baxter heel, and then you start walking and he'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. We've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, as he just did, Baxter sits. Now, it's important during the heeling process that Baxter walks nicely at your pace and doesn't try to pull ahead or lag behind. If he does attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction, and repeat your command to heel and start walking again. Now the next command they'll be demonstrating is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred uses the open flat of his left palm and inch or so from Baxter's muzzle, and the one-word command is stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control in Baxter. You want to start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. Now when Fred returns back to Baxter, he's going to walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Baxter remains seated throughout, and Fred gives him a little praise, and they take off heeling again. We'll show you a little more of the heel sit and stay. As he's heeling alongside Fred nicely, and then Fred stops and Baxter sits. Gives him the stay again, back out to the end of the training leash. Now this time, instead of returning back, he'll demonstrate the come or recall command. He calls Baxter in using his name and he sits right in front of him. And we have an exercise called the finish, where you heel Baxter right around the back of you, right back to your left-hand side heel position, and he sits. Fred will demonstrate this one more time, out to the end of the training leash. Calls him in. He comes, he'll sit right in front. And then the finish, he's going to heel right around the back of him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position and sit. It's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Baxter about 15 to 20 minutes a day to keep them fresh in his mind. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with Baxter. Now we're going to show you our down commands. The first will be down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives him a stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build up that self-control in Baxter. Start practicing this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. Now when Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him as he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Baxter remains down throughout, and Fred heels him right out of it. We'll show you that down again when they come back around. You see Baxter's doing very well, but if for any reason he doesn't respond to one of your commands, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then you repeat your command.
Down.
Now Fred's going to show you the down again. He gives him a down and a stay, back out to the end of the training leash. And this time he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down. And Baxter comes in, sits right in front of him, and then the finish, he's going to heel him right around the back of him and right back to his left-hand side heel position, and Baxter sits. Nicely done. We'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. Now this will be the down from a distance. He's going to put him in a sit, give him a stay, out to the end of the training leash. It's the only time he's going to use his right hand to give the command, and he drops Baxter into a down from the end of the training leash. He'll then return back to him once again by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Excellent job. Alright, we've demonstrated for you the obedience commands we've worked on with Baxter here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Baxter, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.